Peace, family. I'm watching the polls this morning on MSNBC, and I like watching them because it gives you an idea of what the politicians are seeing, and it gives you an idea on what they're thinking. And it also presents me the opportunity to show to my people that when you look at the instability, the inconsistency of these polls, it's senseless for us to put our hopes and dreams into this system. And I'm hoping to God that one of these times, after showing you this, it would inspire our people to be like, you know what, Jonathan, why don't you tell us more about what we can do for ourselves? Because now I'm starting to get nervous. So watch this, and I'm hoping that we all can learn something. Watch this.
In Iowa specifically, with our latest NBC News poll, and it shows former President Trump still dominating the field, a field that now has one less candidate. Former Vice President Mike Pence suspending his presidential campaign over the weekend. NBC's Steve Kornacki is here to break it all down for us, and NBC's Shaquille Brewster is on the campaign trail in Iowa talking to voters there. Steve, walk us through the numbers this morning.
Yeah, take a look. You mentioned it. Donald Trump here in our NBC News Des Moines Register poll, still an overwhelming advantage, far more than 2-1 over his nearest foe. Actually, nearest foes. That's one of the developments in this poll. Nikki Haley has moved up into a tie with Ron DeSantis for second place. They are the only two other Republican candidates in double digits, above 10%. This poll, I should note, was conducted just before Pence dropped out of the race, and you could see where he was running. He was down to 2% in Iowa. He was staking basically everything on Iowa as a launching pad for his campaign, so surely he was seeing similar numbers to this, and that played a role in his decision.
Well, that played the role in his decision. Okay. Look what Tim Scott is, the black guy, the good old boy. Still can't crack the top three. He's at 7%. But let's continue.
Just take a look at how the numbers have moved since the last time we took a poll in Iowa. And again, that
Mike Pence, he lost 4 points. He's down to 2%. Tim Scott, here's your black guy, good old boy. He lost 2 points, but still can't crack the top three. Now watch this. Now, two things. First of all, Tim Scott, you see he was barely at 7%. But now when you go to the favorable, unfavorable poll, he's at 61%. 61%. But why is he only getting 7% of the polls? This is why black people, we cannot put our hopes and dreams into this system. And we have to create our own. And Mike Pence, he has a just let me watch these polls and just see. This don't make no sense. Watch this.
Favorable, unfavorable scores in Iowa among Republicans of all these candidates. A couple things jump out. First of all, DeSantis is actually the most popular Republican in this field in Iowa. A better score than Donald Trump. It's not translating into support for him in the poll. As you saw, he dropped 3 points. It seems he has this strategy here where he really does not engage directly with Donald Trump, does not go after him directly, doesn't take the bait when he's asked to. So he hasn't alienated Trump's supporters. That accounts for the high favorable number. But he's not winning any of them over either. That's his big problem. Other thing of note here, Mike Pence, who dropped out. Again, one of the problems Pence had. I mean, look at this. This is a Republican electorate. This isn't the entire electorate. This is a Republican electorate. 32% favorable, 65% unfavorable.
65% unfavorable. Donald Trump is getting 66% favorable. Mike Pence is Donald Trump's vice president. How is he only getting a 32% favorable rating among Republicans? This is absolutely ridiculous. Mike Pence and Donald Trump was on the same team, the same ticket. Yet they're getting two totally different numbers. But Um, that's not the most disturbing thing about this video right here. And it's almost scary. Now, watch this.
One of those things when you get on the wrong side of Donald Trump and he starts going after you among Republicans, this is what happens. Your numbers are going to drop. And if there's one real number here, I think, that sums up why Pence was failing so badly in Iowa, it's this. This is among evangelicals. They make up 2 out of every 3 caucus goers, roughly. So Mike Pence thought he had, a lot of folks thought he had a unique bond with evangelical voters. In our poll, again, conducted on the eve of his withdrawal, here's how the evangelicals broke in Iowa. Mike Pence was getting just 1% of the evangelical vote. Donald Trump leading the way there with 43%. So I think when Pence looked at that and said, these are the folks I'm banking my candidacy on, and I'm getting 1% with them, what am I doing in this race?
And Trump.
You know what? The lady, she was just as shocked as I was. Matter of fact, let me put this in. Watch this.
The folks I'm banking my candidacy on, and I'm getting 1% with them. What am I doing in this race?
And Trump, 43% overall there in Iowa, as well as 43% with the evangelical group specifically. Shaq.
This woman is just as surprised as Donald Trump being at the top as I am. But the fact of the matter is this: Mike Pence is a Christian. He just Saturday swore to God that he was going to help elect principal people to political office. Donald Trump can't even hold a Bible correctly. He held it upside down. When I asked about his favorite passage from the Bible, he couldn't say. He said it was too personal, and it's something he takes very seriously. So he's going to keep it to himself. So whatever biblical principles that you use to navigate yourself through life, that you become a billionaire, as opposed to spreading this news like Jesus was doing, you want to keep it to yourself. That's very un-Christian-like. When they asked him about the Bible, and he said 2 Corinthians, not 2 Corinthians. This shows you how much a Christian this man is. And then here you have Mike Pence, who is a devout Christian. And he's polling at 1% among evangelicals. And then you got the Antichrist himself at the top of this list. How is the evangelicals are polling behind Mike Pence at 1%? And you got the Antichrist, Donald Trump, and you supporting him over 40%. And these are the people that Mike Pence and the so-called good people are dependent on, the Christians. When Mike Pence saw that, that's when he decided this is not for me. Time for him to exit. And black people, when you see this, you have Christians backing the Antichrist more than a devout Christian themselves. If Mike Pence saw this and said it was time for him to go, what is it going to take for you?